Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be unboxing the Unmatched set for Teen Spirit, which includes Squirrel Girl, Cloak and Dagger, and Miss Marvel. So this is actually a set where I actually don't know anything about any of the characters. I know there was what was it, a Miss Marvel or some Marvel TV show on Disney Plus, but I never did see that one, and I don't know that. Kind of, I guess, my way of knowing a lot of the Marvel characters is through the MCU, so I don't believe Squirrel Girl or Cloak and Dagger have appeared yet, but I guess I'm not sure. You can let me know if I'm incorrect on that. But yeah, so I'll be unboxing this one. I wasn't sure at first if I was going to get it because we have quite a few of the sets, and like I said, I didn't know any of the characters really. But then I saw Squirrel Girl had, as her sidekick, had like 8 squirrels or something, so that obviously sealed my fate of getting this one. But yeah, I don't know at the time of unboxing this when we're going to be doing an Unmatched tournament, so videos of a bunch of Unmatched characters. Will be drafting them and then doing videos on the bracket and stuff. So definitely check those out if they're out already. Otherwise, I'm sure they will be coming. Not sure when this will come out in correspondence to that. So that was another reason I got these characters, just as a few more options for people to draft and pick. But yeah, so in battles there are no equals. If you've never played Unmatched before, it looks like you can. There's a lot of Marvel characters. You can purchase most of them. Deadpool is going to be a lot more difficult to get than the others, I think. But yeah, so you got those. This is, I think, a pretty typical Unmatched rulebook if you've gotten any of the other sets. Typically, I think the beginning kind of lays out the typical Unmatched rules, and then kind of the last few pages, if there's any changes or any new mechanisms they add, they kind of explain those there. So it's typically, once you've played Unmatched, it's pretty easy to go to the rulebook and find certain rules and things if you're looking like, oh, this is new, I haven't seen this before. Usually it's explained probably in the back half of the new rulebook. But yeah, so one of my favorite things with Unmatched, if you've watched any of my other unboxing videos, is just the artwork that they use, and these dials are a big part of that. I find that they're always really cool looking, and I feel like the combinations that they put together, once you put it together, they always look really nice, really slick. I believe these are tokens that go out on the board if you haven't played with any of those before. So you can lay those out on certain boards. They have spaces for them. Yep, and it's looking like these do. And you can kind of activate those powers when you're on those spaces, which is a cool little touch. And this looks like an interesting little board we've got here. I've played a decent amount of Unmatched, but I'm definitely nowhere near some players who prefer probably new mats over new characters, because they kind of know how to utilize maps the best. I feel like I'm not to that level yet. So I can definitely tell when I use different mats that it's a different feel for sure, but I don't know that I can tell, like, oh, this mat is good for this character, or this mat's good for this one. I don't know if I'm to that level yet. But yeah, and then I think, as with most of their recent ones, the backside is kind of the same mat, only they've got kind of the colored rings instead of having the spaces filled in if you wanted to see the artwork. I usually prefer this side. Let me know in the comments below, though, which side you usually use for those. And then for the dials that you put together, here are kind of the little pins that are used for pretty much any dial you'd see in a game, or really, I feel like they're used in other things too. I mean, it's the same type of clip for that. So I suppose we'll open up. I just picked randomly, so we'll pick Squirrel Girl. That'll be the first one. We'll look at the cards a little bit. I usually don't look too much close in detail at the cards, because usually my first time playing a character, I want to be surprised. So I don't know, maybe that to some of you people out there that would play Unmatched, maybe that seems crazy. I can definitely see where if you want to be extremely successful, you probably want to look at the deck beforehand and know what you can potentially do. But I just find that as part of the fun in the initial play. But I will usually look at their power or their special power thing they've got here. So Squirrel Girl and the Squirrels are both all melee fighters. Go nuts. At the start of your turn, summon a squirrel in a space adjacent to Squirrel Girl. Squirrels are small fighters. Do not start with any squirrels on the board. Interesting. Oh boy. We've got we've got some cards specifically for the squirrels. And then we've got some any ones as well. And some for Squirrel Girl. But yeah, it's just some interesting artwork. I don't know. At some point, I'm going to have to look at kind of the overall artwork, or maybe my favorite card from each character, and maybe rank them. Let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in that. But yeah, I really like the artwork, and it really kind of, I don't know, it feels like they're different, but then at the same time, a lot of them feel like they're still in kind of the same world. But I believe it's different artists most of the time, so I don't know. If it isn't, it kind of makes sense. But if it is, it's awesome how they can seem really consistent. I think in a way, they feel like they're in the same world, even when the art styles look slightly different. If that makes sense. Then we've got Cloak and Dagger. So we've got Umbra. After you attack, if Cloak dealt at least 2 combat damage, your opponent discards 1 card. Refraction. After you attack, if Dagger dealt at least 2 combat damage, gain 1 action. So I'm not sure what that means. Any. I wonder if they're all any. Oh, Cloak. Some more. Almost looks like a horror film, kind of a spooky, dark feel. Almost maybe a rainy underwater look, possibly. A lot of black and white in that one. It's pretty cool still. But yeah, I guess I'm not sure. He must. I don't know if you declare who you are. Is there more? I don't know. I'll have to look at that one a little bit more. Yeah, pretty cool. And then we've got Miss Marvel. It's going so well. I was getting him open so easily. And okay, here we go. Unmatched cards usually come open pretty easily. So we've got Miss Marvel, which is a melee character. I guess I didn't look up. Cloak and Dagger is also melee, so all melee fighters in this set. Then you've got Stretchy. At the start of your turn, you may move Miss Marvel 1 space. Miss Marvel can attack from up to 2 spaces away, ignoring zones. So that's pretty cool. I think that's similar to the T-Rex, who is a large fighter? I think that's what they're called. Yeah, so the T-Rex can also attack from 2 spaces away, but I think this is the second character that can do that, outside of ranged fighters, obviously. So we got Miss Marvel. We got no sidekick here. So neither Cloak and Dagger nor Miss Marvel had sidekicks, but it sounds like Cloak and Dagger might still be 2 characters, sort of. Kind of similar to some of the other ones. But yeah, this is a lot more orange, red, yellow used in this one. So kind of looks a little. This looks a lot brighter and warmer. And then we had Cloak and Dagger, which looked definitely a lot more cold. It had a colder feeling to it, the chill of the night. But then we've got some Squirrel tokens. So yeah, this is what won me over. This is what won me over. Okay. Interesting. So 1 squirrel has a ribbon. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about Squirrel Girl. Maybe that makes sense. I'm not sure. But yeah, I am excited to see what Squirrel Girl has to offer. I will say that is the character I'm most looking forward to playing. But then, so you got Miss Marvel. So, like I said, I have not watched the show, but it looks like she's kind of got expandable, stretchable arms, and maybe her whole body is that way. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, looks pretty cool. I always love the miniatures in Unmatched. So it looks like Squirrel Girl. I was going to say she had a squirrel in her hand, but I'm not sure if that's the case or not. Oh yeah, it is. It's on top of her hand. Let's see if I can, So she does have an extra squirrel there as well. I do like that. Oh, she's got a tail. I was wondering what she was sitting on. Cool. And then we've got, oh boy. So Cloak and Dagger is, it looks like it is 2 characters. I wonder if you put them both out on the board. I'll have to see. But yeah, that's really cool. Very interesting. Let me, I'm kind of curious now. Ah yes, there are 2 health dials. Interesting. I did not notice that. I should have noticed that before. But yeah, so kind of 2 main characters versus having one be the main character and one be the sidekick. So yeah, those all look really cool. I'm excited to try them out. I think now Cloak and Dagger is kind of piquing my interest a little bit more now as well. So yeah, I look forward to it. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried this set, what your thoughts are, how it ranks in comparison to some of the other sets, and I hope to see you on the next one, and possibly in some of the tournament videos once we release those. So yeah, otherwise, hope to see you on the next one, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.